After Daniel Bryan states he will not be satisfied until he's got Randy Orton to submit or stay down for the 3 count, our first match of the night just happened to be Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. And this match ends with a double DQ as they both brawl outside the ring until the referees have to separate them. A good way to continue this feud and to give them a clean payoff match later down the line, as we so thought. But Daniel Bryan goes backstage and demands a match. And after a back and forth argument between him, Vicky and Brad Maddox, Vicky says, "You've got your match." And after Daniel Bryan clears off, Triple H comes and we have this whole Triple H, Vince McMahon coming to Vicky Guerrero, and it just comes down to Triple H saying that the match tonight will be a fan interaction where you get to choose out of 3 matches once again of what the main event of Monday Night Raw will be. Will we get a lumberjack match, a street fight, or Falls Count Anywhere? In one corner, we have the team that we all want to see do better in the WWE, Team Road Scholars, and in the opposite corner, we have the returning Christian and his tag team partner, Sheamus. And after Christian hot tag Sheamus, in he runs, takes down Sandow, Bro kicks Cody for the 1, 2, 3. Oh dear, nothing changes. Excuse me! I said excuse me! Later tonight, CM Punk has a match. A few years back, we had Layla and Michelle McCool feuding with Mickie James. And during the feud, we had Layla coming out dressed up as Mickie James, but in a pig attire. And now in this year, 2013, we have AJ Lee coming out during a Kaitlyn and Xana match, dressed up as Kaitlyn, but with more bulkier body, it looked like. And basically there's a few jokes going on here after Kaitlyn still managed to get the win with the distraction of AJ. And out comes Langston, and AJ starts putting these jokes of Langston has the same deep voice as Kaitlyn. Kaitlyn has the same big legs as Langston. And don't get me started on the Adam's apple. Even though last week was hot between AJ Lee and Stephanie, this had the comedy side to it. But it still looks like that somewhere down the line, Money in the Bank or following Money in the Bank, we're going to get the rematch between AJ Lee and Kaitlyn. We get to the match of Chris Jericho versus Alberto Del Rio. Why was I dancing? I will never know. But this match, it was okay, but after they escaped each other's finishes, Chris Jericho manages to lock in another Walls of Jericho, and just as it looked like Alberto could tap out, Ricardo runs in with the bucket and smacks Chris Jericho. And then obviously Jericho wins by DQ. Out comes Ziggler to give the zigzag to Del Rio. Ricardo gets code breakered. And then we have the stare off between Chris Jericho and Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler ends up giving Chris Jericho the zigzag and starts chanting away, ready for the match at Money in the Bank. I don't think this is a sign of Ziggler still being a heel. I don't. I just think this could possibly, at the time, I thought it was a way of getting Chris Jericho involved at Money in the Bank. But obviously that's not the case. Maybe it's to set up a SmackDown match, but it definitely put Ziggler in a good place as he took out Alberto and Jericho. So in my opinion, that was a good finish to that segment, putting the ex-champion and hopefully the next good base for the company on top of this segment. Next we have Jerry Lawler, who announces there's going to be a competition for the WWE Universe to do a flip cover for the WWE 2014 video game. And he gets rudely interrupted by Vicky Guerrero, who has her own cover for the game. And on the front cover, there's Stephanie, Vince, and Triple H. You know, he's trying to suck up to the bosses who keep outshadowing her in various segments. Just a way to push on the McMahon Triple H storyline, because in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be as hot as it used to be. You know, when Triple H and Vince McMahon were first feuding against each other. Maybe Vince's job will be on the line. Maybe Triple H's will. Maybe it's going to be a fight over power. But right now, they're going to try and shove it down each week to try and put the whole ego storyline. But I don't think it's going to be as hot as it used to be. Brad Maddox has his own. He has him on the front cover with CM Punk and John Cena. Yep, well done, Brad Maddox. You're not very popular in WWE right now, so I don't know why you'd get on the video game. But John Cena and CM Punk, very likely. But no. We're going back a few years now. Jerry Lawler reveals that on the WWE 2014 video game, on the front cover is none other than the eyebrow-raising, pie-eating, ass-kicking, the Brahma Bull, the People's Champ, The Rock. You know, going back to those days, and has Rock being on the cover made me want to get the game? Not really. We have Ryback versus the Great Khali, and instead of being a squash match to make Ryback look still like a dominant heel, as the WWE have turned him now, it ends up being a semi-competitive match between the two, before Ryback obviously picks up the win. In John Cena's promo, he talks about the importance of the WWE Championship and how all the great wrestlers have held it, and how Mark Henry will not have any legacy until he's captured the WWE Championship. But there's one problem. You're going to have to go through John Cena, and John Cena never gives up. He never backs down. And yes, Mark Henry might be unstoppable, a monster, ferocious, furious, but the champ is here. But during this promo, someone gets a special mention for his one-day title run, and that's none other than the high-flying 619er, well, Rey Mysterio! Well done, Rey Mysterio. You may not be around, but you got mentioned by the WWE Champion in such a brilliant way. And then Mark Henry's promo. This is the part where we were looking forward to after his classic, brilliant promo last week. Mark Henry comes in the ring, yet again wearing another suit, which he knows he looks good in. And he says how he had everyone fooled, how they're all puppets and they all move around like this under his words, how they were chanting Mark Henry, Mark Henry, and how he got them to cry by the end. But he will make one promise. After Money in the Bank, he will be taking the WWE Championship home to his kids. Bravo, Mark Henry. Not as good as last week, but you're definitely getting the crowd who wants to see a strong heel going against John Cena very proud. Okay guys, you remember a few weeks back we had the Usos becoming the #1 contendership? Maybe it was just to get them back on TV, prove they've still got it, and this was the actual #1 contendership. I don't know, but we have the Usos defeating Tons of Funk and 3MB. Now we get to the great part of Raw, the great mic work from both CM Punk and Paul Heyman. It starts off with CM Punk talk about the history of why he's a Paul Heyman guy and how Paul Heyman never gave up on him. But we need to get this sorted, Heyman. We need to talk about how last week I was attacked by Brock Lesnar. Did you send Brock Lesnar to attack me. And don't lie to me, because I can see straight through you, and I'm your friend, best friends. And Paul Heyman has a little think to himself and says, no, I did not send Brock Lesnar to attack you. You sent Brock Lesnar on yourself. And have you not noticed, CM Punk, how I've kept you two separate? And that is not for Vince McMahon. That was because of your jealousy over each other. That's why you were never a tag team. You never fought against each other. But CM Punk, believe me when I say this, I love you, man. And I would not do this to you. And it gave CM Punk some time to think. The crowd were chanting GTS, go to sleep. And I was thinking, CM Punk, this is your chance to give him a kick in the head and then a go to sleep. But I guess they're going to be building this up for the next 3 weeks. Because he hugs him and says, I'm sorry I ever doubted you, man. And this brings us on to CM Punk's match, which I announced early in this review. And CM Punk's opponent, the guy that's really going to put him over tonight, is none other than one half of the millions of dollars, and that is Darren Young. Yep, very competitive match. It ends up with the Anaconda Vice, and we have CM Punk win, only for the primetime players to eventually gang up and beat down on CM Punk. This brings out the guy we've been waiting for, because we didn't get to see Wade Barrett, The Miz, or Curtis Axel, but Curtis Axel comes out to save CM Punk, and it comes down to Heyman later announcing that next week on Raw, it's going to be the prime time players versus Curtis Axel and his tag team partner CM Punk. And oh boy, CM Punk doesn't seem to want to be around Curtis Axel or as involved with Paul Heyman. So still teasing the departure of CM Punk and Paul Heyman. But he's still going to go ahead with this match next week before he goes on to defeat Brock Lesnar. There's something else, but I want to get to that later on. Now we're getting to the main event of Monday Night Raw, and that was Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton in the match that we voted for by the WWE app. Please help me. And the match happened to be a street fight. And this match, it was brilliant. A great way of putting Daniel Bryan over as a fierce guy. The weapons came in quite strongly, probably making up for the past non-so-good weapon usage because of Daniel Bryan's accident in the past. But this match went down really well. Good spots. Randy Orton got some spots here and there as well, but in the end, Daniel Bryan managed to get Randy Orton in the label lock, but then he thought, nah, I'm going to add a bit more to this and use the kendo stick to lock it in, and that came down with Randy Orton doing what he should be doing, tapping out, and because of the opener, Daniel Bryan kept to his word and he made Randy Orton tap out. Bravo, great match. But the thing I want to say right here, right now that I did not like was the WWE keep teasing a Randy Orton heel turn, and what does he do? He shakes hands with Daniel Bryan and walks out the ring. Yes, it was a good match. Yes, Daniel Bryan was brilliant tonight because it's what the WWE needs. Daniel Bryan is a great part of the WWE now, so bravo to that. But the handshake, I don't know what the WWE are thinking with Randy Orton right now, but I'll give credit. It was a great way to finish Monday Night Raw. And we got some matches announced and confirmed for Money in the Bank. First, there's the possible tease of the Shield versus the Usos. We have Chris Jericho, who is the 7-time World Heavyweight Champion, and Ryback, who was the Zilch Champion, but Ryback's going to eat Jericho up, he says. And we have Ziggler, who's cleared by the doctors, versus Alberto, you get the point, Del Rio, and John Cena versus Mark Henry. And Stephanie, because Vicky weren't getting her job done, made the Money in the Bank qualifiers. There was no more contenders, so we've got our lineup. That is none other than CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, Randy Orton, Christian, Kane, and Rob Van Dam. He's going to be very good in this match. 1-800 fella, he kicks down a tree to save a cat. And my version of this is 1-800 WWE app. That'll be next. Gosh help me. And now for my announcement. Tuesday night, I'll be doing a live stream for you to enjoy. It'll be here on the British Fist channel. The time will be labelled in the British Fist Facebook, which will be linked in the description box below. So please make sure you join the British Fist Facebook to be up to date on that. People, please share your thoughts on Monday Night Raw in the comment section below. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I felt that it got better by the end, but the rest of the show didn't really do too much for me. Well, thank you very much, people, and from the game, NJ, what's up? Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.